YouTube, what's going on, baby? It's your boy Ron Real, aka Double R, back in the building, back with another video, back with another unboxing. Today we got a special treat for you guys. We're going to be looking over the Audew 150 count cigar humidor cooler. Y'all hang tight, stay tuned. I'm gonna tell you about it. Alright, so we're tuned into the unboxing or product review of the Audew 150 count Thermoelectric Cigar Humidor. First of all, I want to give a big thanks to Audew for reaching out to me, asking would I like to review the product. Of course I said sure, don't mind looking over your unit and telling you what I think is done well, what I think could be improved for further units. So that is what I'm going to do. Now, I know I mentioned the unboxing, but you guys know I like to go ahead and have it already out the box. I've had this currently now for almost 2 weeks. It's been seasoning the whole time, so I haven't had any cigars in there yet, but just know that the package did come in very nicely packaged. It was double boxed, able to resist any tumbling or any damage or anything like that. So they did a very nice job with the packaging. So if you look at the unit, very slender, tall and slender unit. It almost looks like a computer tower, to be honest. From the naked eye, if you just weren't really paying attention to it, it would look like a computer tower. But we have the very simple display tower up here, or control panel, which you'll have the light switch. See if I can hit that. Then you have the up and down for your temperature gauge. This temperature gauge goes from anywhere from 54 degrees all the way up to 74 degrees Fahrenheit. Excuse me. And then you have that's pretty much it on the control panel. So you don't have anything else. Got your little handle on the side. And now I know in the last product review, some people were mentioning some certain dimensions, so I do want to go over that. The unit is 10 inches wide, 20 inches long, 17 3/4 inches tall, and in between the shelves, it's just a hair under 3 inches between each shelving unit. So I'll get into that further as I open the door and show you guys what's on the inside. Now, as far as seasoning the humidor, I did it the same way that I did my newer unit. I just used the water tray that came involved with it or attached with it. Put some distilled water in there, shut the door for about a week. That was it. Somebody asked me a question about that the other day. It is just that simple. If you don't want to deal with the distilled water, Boveda offers a seasoning pack that has 84% pack. You just do the same thing. You put it in there for a week or two. That's it. But I just chose to go the traditional way. Now we'll look at this. We'll open the unit up. You see we have a little handle on the side. Feels like there's some double pane glass in here too. You have your seal. Now I will immediately say, compared to the new era, the door, it doesn't seem as heavy duty. Not saying that it seems like it's cheap, but it just doesn't seem as heavy as the other one. Obviously I have my digital hygrometer in there. You'll have an analog hygrometer in there too, but as most people know, you really don't trust those. They're just kind of more eye candy than anything. It's not very accurate. So I always will put a digital readout in my humidors. Now you have 3 shelves, and then you also have a tray. Now the one thing I noticed on this one too, another major difference, there isn't a key and lock like in the new air unit, but again, that's probably certain people don't care. I don't care if it locks or not. That's just kind of a feature that came with the new air. So no locking mechanism on this. But I will say this on this unit too, kind of a fault that I even faulted the new air unit on. I wish that they would kind of come up with the design. So even when you have this thing at 90 degrees, you can't take anything out, just nothing at all. So you have to have this thing pretty much wide open to be able to move these units. A pro though, what I do like about this that new air didn't do, well, 50%. So, in the new air review or product review, I mentioned that the shelving units didn't have rivets on the end of these. Well, it has rivets on the back side, but not on the front side. So with these smaller units, I like to carry a lot of singles in these. I know some people put boxes of cigars in their cooler doors. These are downstairs units for me, so these are gonna be where most of my singles are kept. So I would like to see a bumping plate on both sides of these to be able to keep it when you're moving the shelving around to keep the cigars from spilling out. But I will give them credit for putting one in there in the back, so it's So at least it's not falling on the backside where you got to reach your hand all the way in there and get a cigar. So I will give them a kudos for that too. You have your shelving unit. This one does smell like a little, this has a nice cedar smell to it too. It did have a little bit of a plastic smell to it at first, but after seasoning, that plastic smell went away. They recommend if your unit has a really heavily scented plastic smell to it, that you can use a solution mixed with baking soda and water. They have the recipe or the parts that you put water to baking soda and you're able to wipe out and clean out the unit. But right now it doesn't smell like plastic. It just did a little bit at first. But this is your shelving unit. Well, I'll go ahead and see if I can interchange these out. So I'm reading 70% humidity, 64 degrees. So obviously with the analog display not being accurate, it doesn't really matter if you put it up top and it blocks it because you can't see it anyway. Doesn't look like that one wants to fit. It fits in that one. Well, guess it doesn't want to fit on that one. All right, well, I'll leave it how the manufacturer has it at the bottom. So you have the one tray that goes above it. A couple more here. Another pro that I like compared to the New Air unit is the fan runs like the New Air unit, but it is much quieter. You probably can, I don't know, you might not be able to hear it, but being here in the room, I'm able to hear the New Air unit over this right now. Like it's just much louder. This is a much quieter unit. Has a nice seal to it though, I can tell from just feeling on the door. They rate this for 150 cigars. Again, like I said, with most of these units, I don't think so. I would probably say this is probably gonna be closer to maybe 100 to 120 just eyeballing it. So of course I got a few boxes of random empty boxes of cigars just to kind of see what we got in here. So I can already tell. The one thing, I just wish the unit was a little bit wider, but you know, this box here is pretty skinny. That's even, the fan's blocking it, so can't put that in there. So this box would probably be the only kind of box that could fit in. Without moving the trays, this isn't gonna fit in there. Davidoff box fits in there. There's no way this box is gonna fit in there. Box doesn't fit in, so you're gonna have to be, if you're gonna store boxes of cigars, even if you're pulling the trays out, you're gonna have to be very strategic. This isn't a unit that you're gonna be able to fit. And you know, this is an odd shaped box, but it's not like it's a really wide or long box. It's just kind of long, and it just doesn't fit. So if I take this shelf out, I could put that in there. So you can put some in there. You can get creative, but just keep in mind the unit's not very wide, so you're not gonna be able to store too many cigars. But overall, I don't think it's a bad ordeal. And another pro of it too, obviously, is it doesn't cost as much. Now, retail on this thing is $199. There will be a link that I post in the description tab that is 30% off. So you'll have 30% off $199, which makes this a very, very affordable unit. I think this would be perfect for people, honestly, if you're not looking for to store boxes. Like this is fine for me with putting in singles, 5-packs, random cigars that you pick up and things like that. I think this will be fine for something like if you have a small office, or if you have a small lounge in your home or something like that. This will be perfect for that. But if you're one of those guys that has a lot of cigars, you need a lot of storage, I don't know if this will be the particular unit for you. But again, the price makes this very attractive. So kind of the same thing with the New Air Light. You press it and don't, once you have boxes of cigars up there, you can't really see the light at all. So I don't know, I think that's just kind of a cosmetic thing. I wish they almost kind of get away from doing it, not just Audew, but just the other companies, because on the light I'll show you in the B-roll, it bulbs out, so it actually blocks boxes from being able to be pushed in or putting more cigars in there. But so this unit again retails for $199. I think it's a great deal for that, especially at 30% off. So it's very attractive, I think, for the person that's not wanting to have a very large collection, but just, you know, they dabble in smoking a little bit and want something nice that looks pretty in their office or whatever. Cool. So with that being said, this has been the product review for the Audew 150 count Thermoelectric Humidor. Hope you found this review helpful. Y'all already know the name of the game is relaxation and enjoyment. And don't forget to be driven, never motivated. We're gonna catch you on this next one. Peace.